The greenback may be facing another disappointing week, its seventh weekly decrease in a row. The US dollar slid to fresh two-year lows on Wednesday as the relative attractions of the greenback diminished further amid falling yields. The dollar index DXY closed at 93.43 on Friday, and it has not changed much over the week, although it found some favor, having suffered a difficult start to the week, with the euro-dollar pair marching through 1.19 and DXY looking like it would consolidate below 93 points. The US dollar bearishness is overdone, think analysts, and it's most oversold in 40 years, according to Morgan Stanley note. However, on the dollar negative side, there's President Trump doing all he can to fight China, US stimulus talks still deadlocked, and the COVID second wave looking inevitable as the US hardly managed the first wave. The European currency closed at 1.1788 versus the US dollar. The Friday decline was 0.75%. Thus, the weekly gain equaled 0.1%, which is very small. In fact, the pair was showing growth during the week. However, it rebounded from the Thursday high of 1.1876 at the end of the week. The euro-dollar pair has surged higher by almost 7% since June. Still, the selling of Turkish lira over the past week could trigger a correction lower for the euro. The euro underperformed during the lira currency crisis in 2018, which highlights downside risks going forward if history is repeated. On Friday, the British pound closed at 130.53 versus the greenback, thus showing a slight decline. Week on week, the pair slowed down by 0.3%. The pound-dollar pair has failed to hold onto the highs amid the Bank of England's decision and China-America tensions. Brexit and the US-UK trade talks both carry low expectations for a breakthrough in the near future, allowing for any piece of good news to boost sterling. Bitcoin started the last week Monday session at 11,053.8 and it added 5.5% week on week. As a matter of fact, the Sunday open price was 11,764 and Bitcoin closed the week at 11,675.7 with a slight decline of 0.75% and low trading volumes. Despite the pause in the uptrend that persisted all of the last week, analysts remain bullish from a long-term stance. One prominent investor said that Bitcoin is effectively one of the best trades in the world. The cryptocurrency has an ideal macro backdrop, which includes massive growth in money supply and the mainstream adoption of the asset by prominent firms. Oil prices were down early on Friday as demand concerns persist, but prices were on track for a weekly gain after hitting a 5-month high as the US dollar weakened and US crude oil inventories fell. The Brent oil futures finished the session at 44.40 per barrel. The weekly slide was 1.5%. While Brent oil was growing early in the week, on Thursday it rebounded and closed the week with a 2.54% slide. Moreover, WTI oil futures closed the week at 41.22 with a weekly gain of 2%. Earlier this week, both benchmarks hit their highest levels since early March, just before Saudi Arabia and Russia broke up the previous OPEC Plus pact and engaged in a price war for market share. On Friday, oil prices were down in the morning as fears that rising COVID-19 cases in many parts of the world would further stall oil demand recovery. The gold bull run continues to push higher as new all-time highs are posted on a daily basis now. Gold prices ended the week at 1,962.80. Taking into account that gold started the week at 1,931, we can see that on the weekly basis it grew by 3.4%. Despite the correction, the yellow metal booked a 9th straight weekly gain, the longest winning streak on a weekly basis. The weakness of the dollar and falling bond yields remain a key source of the move. Betting against this bull run is very difficult, but with the market so stretched, at some stage there will be some sort of corrective move. We continue to look for signals of exhaustion. Gold remains extremely overbought on a near to medium term basis, but once any near-term corrective move profit-taking plays out, we still believe that the fundamentals on gold will underpin for a stronger gold price in the coming months. You've watched Combined Financial Review on InstaTV with me, Anna Kasatkina. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to keep track of the events on financial markets. See you back soon.